Welcome to the Positive Sports Podcast. I'll be your host this evening, Ed Montana. Alongside me today, my fireballing brother, Alex. Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I feel good. I can go another 9 innings.
I don't know. You look kind of shaky there towards the end.
Well, we were bullpenning. I had to help you out.
I had no control today.
That was fun. I must say that was fun.
So in case you guys are wondering what we're talking about, my son and I, we go to the cages about once a week and work out a little bit. We dragged Uncle Alex along today, and so Alex and I, it's obviously it's for my son. So, we pitch to him and do soft toss and off a tee and throw him ground balls and just all kinds of crazy little drills and whatnot in the cage. And
he might have to wear steel toes next time because he took one off the toe. That looked like it hurt.
I don't know how those baseball players do it. I tell you what, man, it has been an eventful day for me. So I left work today, gonna hustle home, pick up my son to go meet you at the cages, walk out to my car, get in, pull out of my parking spot, thunk, 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 thunk. So I stopped immediately.
Yeah.
Got out of the car, had a flat.
Oh, God.
Now, we were watching the Formula One race yesterday.
Yes.
I'm ready to be on one of those Formula One teams.
Not with the flat tire.
Dude, you should have seen me change that tire. I changed the tire in like 10 minutes. And and 5 of those minutes was getting all the crap out of my trunk into the back seat so I could access the spare tire. I'm ready.
I don't believe that. You can't change a flat that fast.
Dude, I'm good.
I gotta see it to believe it.
Well, I'm not getting another flat.
What's worse, getting the flat going to work or getting the flat coming out of work?
It's
got to be coming out of work. I mean, your mind is already, like in your case, your mind was already
get home. I had somewhere to go.
Right.
But
no. Even if you didn't.
If I didn't have anywhere to go, it's worse on the way to work.
Really?
And like it sucks. I don't know about you, but I am an A to B driver. So in the morning, I leave the house with a cup of coffee in hand, and I am going to work. I'm not stopping at Chick-fil-A for a chicken biscuit. I'm not stopping for gas. I'm not stopping for anything. I am going. And that's just the same thing on the way home, right? I leave work. I'm not stopping at Best Buy to look at anything. No. I am going home. Then I'll go back out to Best Buy. So I rarely, if ever, make a stop on the way. So if I have to make a stop, I'm usually a little grumpy, especially when I was going somewhere.
Yeah, I would have to say, like for me, it would be coming out of work. I mean, the day's over. Even if you're not gonna do anything or go anywhere, you're gonna go home, crack open a nice cold Capri Sun. I mean,
You still drinking Capri Suns?
Oh yeah, big 40 ounces of them. Hey man, so let's get into it. Wait, what are we getting into?
I don't know.
A whole heap of trouble.
Yeah, well, usually that's the case.
We let off with baseball. Let's go into some more baseball. The World Series.
The World Series. Finally, we get our matchup. The Dodgers dispose of the Brewers in 7 games. The Red Sox took care of the Astros in 5. What did you think of that Red Sox-Astros? Was that... I mean, obviously we know that I've been just chomping at the bit to get to the AL playoffs. Yeah. I felt it was a little anticlimactic. The games were good, but I guess I was expecting 7. I wanted 7. I wanted that matchup to go all the way through. The Astros just looked like they kept shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, it was a few things. One of them was just Boston hitting with runners on base. Houston couldn't hit with runners on base.
Yeah, it was clutch hitting.
I mean, they had chances
to
score plenty of times, especially I think in Game 3, the first game here in Houston, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing, when it comes down to the playoffs and the League Championship Series and the World Series, it really comes down to one thing that I think people don't think about. It's the manager. The manager making the right substitution, the right reliever come. And I think Cora made the right moves at the right time at times.
I agree with you. I think that's usually a pretty important part of the playoffs. But in this case, I feel like it was just the Red Sox just stepped up to the moment more than the Astros did. The Astros pitching wasn't bad, but it was uncharacteristic. A lot of walks, wild pitches, just free bases that they didn't do during the season. And, it came back to haunt them in many instances. And the Red Sox, look, we're kind of making it sound like the Red Sox didn't earn the win.
Yeah.
They did, because you're right, they hit in the clutch much better than the Astros and went on. I wonder how much of the Astros' problem wasn't some nagging injuries. Altuve had knee surgery the day after.
That one was noticeable.
That was noticeable. He was obviously not 100%.
But props to him for playing.
Yeah, and Carlos Correa, he got hot towards the end of the series, but I mean, he had back trouble throughout the season, really, and even in the playoffs. He seemed to get over it there at the tail end, the last two games, really. But you got to wonder, with those two guys kind of dinged up, you got to wonder if there wasn't an injury issue on that team.
And we talked about Boston and their bullpen. It ended up being the Astros bullpen that gave up the runs late in the games. I think in the last two games, the bullpen really squandered close deficits or leads or whatever.
That being said, the Red Sox bullpen still scares me. Once you get past the starters.
Yeah, but you know what? They got up to this point. This is when now you probably see a little bit of confidence in them, and you might see a better showing of the bullpen.
That's true. And then on the other side, I think the Dodgers are finally starting. They're starting to pull away.
They're not quite there yet.
They're starting to pull away. And now
they're still not right.
And they're not going to pull away. Yeah, all
unless
year.
Unless they win.
Oh, yeah. Unless they sweep them, right? I've been talking about the Dodgers all year, waiting for them to pull away. And in this series, they finally started to play like the best team in the NL, which is what I thought they were before the season started. What did you think of Craig Counsell and the way he manages that bullpen? Just real quick, I feel like the Brewers are a good team.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I feel like they're not going back to the NLCS anytime soon. I feel like this was a flash in the pan. I feel like Craig Counsell, I don't want to say overmanaged because that sounds bad, but I feel like he had his hands in the cookie jar too much. And I feel like he got, I don't want to say lucky, but man, he just pulled all the right levers.
Right.
And for that to happen again seems improbable to me. I don't know that they're going to get back. And I know I asked you what you thought, and then I told you what I thought.
Yeah, so screw what Alex thinks.
So I'm sorry. I apologize. But what did you think of it?
I thought exactly what you said. He overmanaged that particular moment. He overthought it. He overmanaged it. Absolutely. But this Milwaukee, and you always see it, a team like this, you don't expect them to get this far, and then the next year they take that nosedive. But this Brewers team looks to be like it won't go anywhere. It's not gonna. You're not gonna see that downfall. I don't think they've peaked because they're still so young. They have the possible NL MVP. They got one of the better bullpens.
Yeah.
Counsell, don't forget, he's still young. He's a young manager.
He is.
So I don't think we'll see a big drop off for them.
They
may not have quite the season that they had this year, but
I don't think. Yeah, and that's my point.
But I think they can still make the playoffs.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to make a run deep into the playoffs. And mind you, I'm saying that on October 22nd, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what off-season moves they make? It could be a different story. But with other teams coming up, you got the Braves and the Phillies in the East that are good. You've still got the Cardinals and the Cubs that are good. You've got 3 teams out west that are good. I think the NL has a lot of parity. Yeah. And it's going to be tough to come through the gauntlet again. That's just my feeling on the Brewers.
Yeah, I think the Brewers will be, I don't know if they'll have a deep run like they did, but...
All right, call your shot for the World Series.
Oh, you know who I'm picking, man. Oh, come on, man.
No, I don't. That's
come on. Well, I'll tell you in about 10 days.
We're doing the podcast today, so I'm going to need a response.
Yeah, I got half of my World Series teams in the World Series. I got half of it right.
1 out of 2.
I had them losing, so I'm going to stay in the National League and pick the Brooklyn Dodgers.
You're going to pick the Dodgers in...
What is it? In Boston and 3 in LA?
Yeah, it's 2-3-2, which I hate the 2-3-2. Hate's a strong word. I really don't like the 2-3-2 format.
I really don't care. Dodgers in 6.
Dodgers in 6.
Yeah.
And your choice for series MVP?
It's gonna be Kershaw.
Really?
I think Kershaw is gonna get himself in 3 games, and he's gonna be as impressive as Randy Johnson was in that one World Series.
Well, I hate to disagree with you, but I am going to go with the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox have proven that they're not only a good baseball team, but they can handle the pressure of this World Series. We've seen the Dodgers fold before, and I think the pitching on the on the Red Sox is good enough to handle it. One of the things that I think people are missing out on, no one that plays the outfield for the Dodgers has played a game in Fenway Park. And Fenway Park has the funkiest outfield there is.
Yeah.
We could have a situation where the Red Sox get an extra base, an extra 2 bases because of a gaff in the outfield because you're not used to it. So I think my point is I think the home field advantage will play out for the Red Sox. I think Red Sox in 6, and my choice for MVP is going to be Mookie Betts. I feel like Mookie Betts has had a fantastic season. I think he matches up well with the pitching of the Dodgers, and I think he is going to really put his stamp on this series.
I'll tell you what. The outfield, I don't think will be a big concern for the Dodgers. I think it's going to be the catcher. If the catcher has any issues the first game, he should be pulled. Grandal. I mean,
he had a bad couple games.
Yeah, that one of them was kind of costly.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But at the same time,
and it's difficult to take him out because he catches most of their games.
Yeah,
but still,
you ride the guys that got you there.
Yeah, but
I think
this guy could potentially cost you if he has blunders in the World Series.
Okay, but if Machado makes a couple of errors at shortstop, are you going to pull him?
No.
Why not?
Because he's Manny Machado. That's why. Because
Puig?
Because his bat is more valuable than Grandal's is.
I mean,
case closed.
Yeah, but still, I don't agree. I don't agree with that. I think. Look, you got to the World Series with this guy all year. He hasn't been a superstar all year. It's not like, it's not like he's the best player on your team and now he's hitting .075, making errors all the time. You got to this point with this guy. He had he had one really bad game, and I think if you do that, you don't hit the panic button. Okay. You got to ride the guys that got you there.
The first 2 games against Milwaukee, right? That series, he had the blunders.
Yeah.
Okay. He gives you the first 2 games of the World Series. I mean, I'm thinking about it. If I'm Dave Roberts, I'm thinking about it. Absolutely. Of course.
Did you win the series against the Brewers?
It doesn't matter if you're going to keep having these. If you're going to keep
no, but it does matter.
Past balls.
No, but it does matter. That's my point. He's gotten to the World Series with this guy, pass balls and all. He's gotten to this point with this guy.
No, he didn't get to the World Series with him. He got to the World Series with his pitchers and the bats, not with the catcher.
He handles the pitching staff. Still. Remember, you got some young guys on that team in the pitching staff. It's I don't think you hit the panic button right away. I think
you're right. After the second game,
to me, good managers and especially at this stage of the season, you got this far with this team. You keep riding this team unless it's something dramatic, right? Like an injury or something.
What's your biggest story? What storyline are you looking forward to? Because I think there's many in this World Series. Give me one of your.
As much as David Price probably wants it to go away. If he struggles, that storyline is going to pop up again. I mean, everyone and their mother knows that he went 0-9 before he finally got a win in the playoffs because they couldn't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
And so, is it truly a storyline? No, I don't think so. But the media sure is going to make it a storyline.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're going to talk about it nonstop when he pitches, and it's just ridiculous.
He's pitching game 2, I believe.
I believe so.
Right? Sale Kershaw game 1.
Provided that Sale doesn't get another infection from his belly button ring.
Oh my God. That story cannot be true.
God,
Show us your belly button ring.
I hope that's not true.
Come on, Ed. Don't you have a belly button ring?
That would have been my first question to that guy.
That is going to be the biggest storyline.
The belly button ring. I thought that was hilarious. It's obviously not. There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way, right? I think they're just poking fun at... They're making fun of the media because the media's going to make it...
Chris Sale's just having some fun. Chris Sale's not a... He doesn't particularly like talking to the media, and sometimes he just kind of deadpan stuff like this.
I think the biggest storyline for me that I'm looking most forward to, which I think should be everybody's, is in a World Series, is Manny Machado against the Boston Red Sox. That is... Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I take it back. That's going
to be 4 games in Fenway.
He's going to get booed mercilessly.
Oh, man, that's going to be... Because I think they truly hate each other.
Speaking of which, that play at first with Aguilar...
Mm-hmm.
Was it an accident?
Mm-hmm.
Was it a dirty play?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it a dirty player?
Dirty play.
So you don't think Manny Machado is a dirty player?
No, I think he just wears his emotions on his sleeve, and he's just emotional, and that's just the way he is. I think that was a dirty play. It was so obvious because Aguilar already had the ball. Machado already touched the bag with his right foot, and it's obvious he dragged. I mean, who the hell does that?
I think Machado's a dirty player.
See, you're acting like the media now. You're trying to stir something up.
No, and I don't like saying it because as a player, aside from that, I like Manny Machado.
Mm-hmm.
He's a incredibly gifted shortstop. That bunt with 2 strikes. In Game 7 was a stroke of genius, and if you look at it, I mean,
Ballsy.
he put down just a perfect drag bunt. But look, there's just too many incidents. 1 or 2 dirty play, 4 or 5 dirty player. He had 2 hard slides in the second base earlier in that game. One of them where he grabbed Arcia's foot.
Yeah.
He had the dirty slide earlier this year against Boston into Dustin Pedroia.
What is it with the Dodgers base runners trying to take out shortstops at second base? Chase Utley.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, I think he's just emotional. He gets amped up. I think he takes things real personal too.
Hey man, break a bat. Yasiel Puig's
that hurts too much. Yeah, but you get a splinter on your thigh, dude. He's got to play third base. He can't be breaking bats.
He's playing shortstop, right?
Well, whatever. Still,
yeah.
You know what I mean.
Does he stay in LA?
Yeah, I think he likes it there.
Yeah,
I think LA likes him.
I think LA is gonna pony up and give him a big fat contract.
And I think they should.
I agree with you.
I mean,
he stays in LA.
That's a good infield if you ask me.
Yeah,
at least on the left side.
What do you do with Seager when he comes back?
You tell him.
Play second.
Play second.
Who plays second now?
Dozier.
Oh yeah, he was a rental basically.
Or play first. Who plays first for them? Exactly. Oh, Bellinger?
No,
Bellinger plays center. Put him at first.
Yeah, I think you could probably do something.
Or you can trade Seager. I mean, I'm sure his values. You get something for him.
I agree with that. I mean, getting something for him. I don't know that I agree trading him, but
yeah, I like Turner and Machado right there, shortstop. And
that is
base.
A solid side.
Yeah,
Turner's got to shave off that beard. It's just too much.
Doesn't he look like Teen Wolf?
I don't.
He looks like Teen Wolf, dude. Michael J. Fox.
He looks like he's on fire. Is what he looks like. I mean, it's too much. It's too. Is that you think that's natural? I mean, it's too freaking orange to be real.
I don't know, man. It's just I mean, it looks like he put a freaking whole thing of paprika on. That is kind of orange, right?
It's too orange. It almost doesn't look real.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think we should.
Investigative minds want to know.
Yeah, we should act like media and pose as media and go into their bullpen.
Maybe we should break out the video camera.
That's right.
Like
a little camcorder.
Ooh.
So so the NBA started this week.
Was it the NBA?
It was the NBA / UFC / boxing. There was some haymakers thrown.
Look,
I mean,
I think the NBA did that on purpose so that people will start buying the fourth quarter of basketball games.
fucking genius. That's
The NBA
genius.
said, "Hey, psst, psst, how about a little fight? We won't suspend you for too long." Look, I mean, it sounds ridiculous.
This is
right?
the conspiracy theorist in you.
I'm saying it before you say it. It's ridiculous to think that that's what happened, but those suspensions are pretty light for what that was.
I thought so too. Especially for Ingram, because Ingram already got his second technical, right? I think he already.
No, he only got one technical.
Oh, and then he got the technical again
Yeah.
for. I mean, he sucked. He went to sucker punch somebody.
Well, whether it's a sucker punch or not, the fact that he threw a punch was bad. And I think if I'm the NBA, right, which I'm not, Rondo gets 4, Ingram gets 4, and Chris Paul gets 3. Maybe even 4, 5, and 5.
What did they get? Wait, Paul and
Paul
Rondo.
got 2.
And Rondo got.
Rondo got 3, and Ingram got 4. So Paul got 2 for throwing a punch. Rondo got an extra game for spitting,
Right.
and Ingram, I guess, got an extra 2 games for instigating, starting the whole melee.
You know who should get 6 games is LeBron James. How the hell are you gonna go and hug and consolidate the freaking enemy? Consolidate. Yeah, you know what I meant. English not my best subject, but I speak it very well. Thank you very much.
English is my 14th language.
Seriously, how the heck are you gonna go and console CP3? Dude, your teammate. Why don't you go stick up for your teammate?
And you know what was amazing about that whole fight? Lance Stevenson was the smartest guy out there, because when he, right after Ingram pushed Harden and the ref called the technical, Ingram went to get in the ref's face, and Lance Stevenson is the one that came and grabbed him because the Rockets were coming over too, and he pulled him away. Lance Stevenson was the peacemaker, was the voice of reason. Who would have thunk it?
Fuck, man. Hell froze over.
Yeah. I think I saw a pig flying earlier.
Yeah, I mean, dude, what would you do? Would you go console, hug, talk to Chris Paul?
Yeah,
Or would you go? I mean,
I think you get. Well, in LeBron's defense, he probably thought he could reason with Chris Paul because they're friends better than he could with Rajon Rondo because Rondo's a lunatic.
well, now you got to reason with him in the locker room, because if I was Rondo, I mean, I would kind of question it a little bit, like, hey, I mean, why are you not?
Hey, let's break down the technique. What did you think of Rondo's left hand?
It was quick.
It was quick.
It was quick. But Chris Paul seemed to be a little quicker because he kind of leaned back a little bit.
I thought he absorbed the punch well.
He did. He did some boxing when he was younger, I think, because as fast as he leaned back, he threw a haymaker uppercut.
Yeah.
That it looked like it landed a little bit, but not clean enough because it didn't really shake up Rondo.
I was disappointed with Chris Paul. And you and I had this argument on yesterday after the day after, and I'm not sure that Rondo spit on him. This is what I mean. I think that if someone spits on you, you punch them. You don't point at him and then mush him in the face. I think that what Rondo did was he spoke. He had a little extra saliva.
Dude, what are you doing? You just spit on me.
Sorry, bro.
Don't spit on me.
Hey, don't mush me in the face. But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I mean, yeah, we've all seen the close-up video and you see, like, the droplets of... But I don't think he actually... You know?
No, but he did a good job of kind of playing it off. I mean, you can see his cheekbone just like kind of like...
And then Chris Paul's like, look, dude, if you're going to put your finger in his face and then mush him in the face, you may as well punch him.
Well, no, because punching him cost him games. Maybe
It
a
cost you
little
an
mush.
extra game.
A little mush, you know.
The mush cost you two. A punch would have only cost you one more.
I mean, you know, the NBA is soft. And so he knew in the back of his mind that if he punched, he was definitely going to get games.
And, as far as NBA fights go, that was
That was one of the better ones I've seen.
better, meaning more violent.
Yeah, violence.
Sound like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
That's an uncanny impersonation.
Dude,
That's very good.
Beavis and Butthead was the bomb.
I love that show.
I never let my kids watch it, but it was good.
Yeah, because usually it's a whole bunch of, hey, hold me back,
Yeah.
right? A bunch of pushing and shoving and guys holding each other back. This one actually had some punches thrown. It was good. The best part is it was the first time this season that they meet. They've got 3 more meetings.
Yes, and it was so early in the season.
Yeah. Second game of the season and you're already getting all rustled up.
So I guess the implosion of the Lakers is kind of happening maybe.
I watched, I went, it was on the next day, so I taped it so that I could watch all of the fourth quarter because I wanted to see the clothesline by Enos earlier in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Which
that
pretty
was
serious.
I'm surprised that wasn't a 2.
Yeah,
right?
Me too.
I mean,
I thought it was a 2.
Okay, see, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I gotta pick on LeBron, bro. I have to pick on him. Did you notice LeBron? Did you notice LeBron on that play?
On that play?
On that play. He's just casually walking towards Lonzo Ball like nothing. He's casually walking towards him.
But you know what?
I mean,
no one except for, I think it was Lance Stevenson ran over to pick him up. No one cared. And I think that's part of the reason why the refs only gave a flagrant one.
But see, what I'm saying is LeBron James. Why is he not picking his brother up like
he doesn't have that affinity yet for that team. They're all new teammates.
Dude, they've been practicing for the whole summer.
No.
And I'm sure he's been talking with some of them.
Yeah, but it's not the same as having been in the trenches with guys, and
not playing with besties.
Well, that and not having been through the wars, Would he have done the same thing in the second game when he came back to Cleveland and it was all these new guys?
I don't know, man. I just feel like he.
Did you see James Harden during the fight?
No, what did he do?
0. Not a damn thing. I mean, he literally... So, it's all happening in the paint. He was at half court, and all of a sudden, it starts happening, and he walks over. He takes 2 steps like he's, kind of with a purpose, and then he just kind of stops and just watches. And he's like, what the hell are these people doing? I'm not getting my beard in there.
Yeah, nah, he doesn't want to mess up that beard, bro. I mean, it's perfectly trimmed and shaped.
But anyway, it's pretty sad that
that's
first week of basketball.
That's
what
the
we're
highlight.
That's what we're talking about.
I know what the hell else has happened. I don't even know.
Well, look again. It's early in the season. There's just not much going on. Trae Young dropped 35 in a losing effort, but
no, didn't. They win yesterday. They won yesterday.
Did they win?
They won.
I thought they lost. I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, whatever. I'm not sold on Trae Young. I don't care if he did drop 35.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna struggle. Just one man's opinion.
Yeah, it's too early. I mean, I guess the biggest game, if we want to talk about an actual game, maybe was the first game of the season, but it wasn't even a game. The Sixers and the Celtics. The Celtics just proved to be a little too much. The
Celtics look good.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of firepower.
It is.
It's too much firepower for one team.
I almost think they have to get rid of some of it.
Win a championship first, and get rid of it, maybe.
Maybe that's the reason they don't win a championship. Too much firepower, too many roles.
But they've got it. They've got a great coach to deal with that. So I'm not worried.
So we're watching the Giants and the Falcons, and these are supposed to be 2 pretty high-powered offenses.
They were supposed to be.
Right, they are. I mean, when you look at both teams, they have an offense that can put up 30 points. No? I mean, the Giants can't, we know that, but they can because
They were supposed to be more high powered.
They have skilled position players that can make it happen. Both teams.
They were supposed to be, yes, but they're not proving to be that.
Are their defenses any good? Their defenses suck.
Yeah.
And it's a 0-0 game with like 8 minutes left in the second quarter. This is horrible.
the offenses were supposed to be good, but they're not.
Maybe their defenses are just that good. It's 0-0. They're
No.
both shutting each other out.
No, I think both of these teams. Atlanta because of injuries, the Giants because of I don't know what. But you're right. They've got a lot of good skill position players and names, but offensively they've just been poor. Both teams.
It's just funny that they put up a lot of points against other teams.
Atlanta has been quite the disappointment this year.
I know their record is like what 1-4, 1-5,
2-4.
2-4.
Atlanta has been as disappointing as Kansas City has been.
Surprising?
Maybe not surprising, but good. I mean,
I would say surprising. I don't think we thought.
we didn't think they were going to go 5-1, but we didn't think they were terrible.
6-1.
6-1. We didn't think they were terrible. We didn't think they were bottom feeders of the AFC West.
No.
I mean, we thought Atlanta was going to be,
Yeah.
fighting the top of the NFC South, and they're at the bottom. And Kansas City, we thought was, possibly going to win that division. It was going to be tough. They're kind of running away with it right now because they've played so well. So it's not as
not
big.
running away. San Diego.
Not entirely. But my point is, we thought that they were going to win the division in a close race. But now they're actually playing as one of the top 3-4 teams in the NFL.
I think right now the Rams and the Chiefs are head and shoulders above everybody.
Everybody?
Everybody.
New England?
Everybody.
New England beat Kansas City.
Yeah, New England put up 40 on them, so that means that they can beat them. I'm not sold on the Patriots.
They put 38. They put 38 up on Chicago. They've scored 157 points in their last.
Remember week
4
17 of like 2006 when the Giants played the freaking Patriots and we put up 35 on them, still lost? Well, we met again and we ended up beating them, so they can be beat.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the Giants were head and shoulders better than the Patriots.
No, but they can but this Kansas City team is better than that Giants team at that time.
You think this Kansas City team is head and shoulders better than the Patriots?
Yes, absolutely.
Good
Yeah.
grief! What are you smoking?
What have they been as convincing? The Patriots haven't been that convincing to
The
me.
Patriots have scored 157 points in the last 4 games.
And
They got off to a slow start, but they are
the Chiefs
they put 38 up on a really good Chicago defense. They beat the same Kansas City team that you're talking about.
Yeah, but
they
it's
beat
not like,
them.
Yeah, but it's not like they beat the Chiefs how they beat this great defense of the Bears.
Right, but to say that the Chiefs are head and shoulders better than a team that beat them, I think is kind of ridiculous.
I don't think it is because
you're kind of ridiculous.
Dude, when you look at their offense, it's way better than the Patriots' offense, and the defense is even coming around, which nobody saw that coming.
Right, and the Patriots beat them.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. Did it matter when the Patriots beat the Giants week 17, 38-35?
But again,
no, it doesn't matter. The only reason,
hold on a second.
The only way it matters is if they play again in the playoffs and they have to go to Foxborough and play the refs. I mean the Patriots.
Hold on a second. What I'm saying, I'm not arguing that they're better than the Chiefs or not better than the Chiefs. I'm arguing that your statement that the Chiefs are head and shoulders better than the Patriots is ridiculous when the Patriots beat them.
6-1, and the way the Chiefs are playing is way more impressive to me than what the Patriots have shown me. So I don't care if they won head to head. That doesn't matter to me.
That's a crazy.
It doesn't matter. Plus, that was way early in the season. That was like
2
week
weeks
3.
ago.
What was it? 2 weeks ago? It was early. Well, it was earlier.
Dude, there's only been 7 weeks in the season.
Well, it was early.
It was way back in the beginning of the season. This is still the beginning of the season.
No, I mean, I think the Chiefs and the Rams have shown that they're the 2 best teams in the league.
I won't necessarily disagree that the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. I don't, but I think that if they play the Patriots 10 times, it's going to be 5-5, and home field advantage is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
And right now the Chiefs have it because of the record, but if they end up in a situation where they're tied, it's going to go to the Patriots with head-to-head. The Rams don't just look unstoppable. They look scary. scary unstoppable. Now, see, to me, if you had said the Rams are head and shoulders better than anyone else in the NFC, I'd say, yeah, you're right. But I can't say that the Chiefs.
But I'm not even sold on the Rams.
Like if the Chiefs,
I'm not even sold on the Rams.
If the Chiefs had shit the bed against the Jets, and then you said they're head and shoulders better, I'd be like, okay, the Jets are 2-4. The Chiefs had a bad week. The Jets had a good week. Okay, the Chiefs are probably head and shoulders better. But when you're talking about the Patriots 4-2 looking pretty darn good, I mean, I think you're crazy.
I mean, they just haven't been.
I think your
they
head's
haven't
on too
been
tight.
impressive to me.
I think your head's too tight.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, they're not impressive to me. The Chiefs are impressive.
Did someone mess up the little
No,
thing
it's
and put
fine.
it on too tight?
Maybe because that's why my hairline's all jacked up.
That's what it is.
I gotta loosen this thing up.
That's what it is. Maybe that's why you're losing your hair is because you always wear a hat. I never wear a
Could
hat.
be. All the
Not
freaking
never.
hairspray I used to put on when I was younger.
I almost never wear a hat, and I have hair.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Dad's got hair, and Dad doesn't wear a hat.
yeah, he's got hair back here.
Yeah, his is running. But I mean, in all fairness, he's 70 something.
I guess I'll cut him some slack.
You know who's really gone in the tank are the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Good grief, they look terrible, and you know, the defense is not doing it for them. They don't have a running game, which is what that offense is built on, which means you got to depend on Blake Bortles, which means you got Blake Bortles at
Did you
quarterback.
say the running back?
Huh?
Did you say running back?
Well,
The running back is out.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Oh, okay.
That offense is built
Right,
around
right,
a running
right.
game because you don't trust Blake Bortles. But Fournette's out. Who's the guy they picked up from the Browns?
Carlos Hyde.
Hyde. He wasn't quite ready to play. They picked up Jamal Charles.
They released him
They
today.
released him, so that's the end of that. So an offense that was built around a running game doesn't have a running game, so it depends on Blake Bortles, and they have Blake Bortles at quarterback. There's your problem.
I wonder how the guys in the locker room, especially the defense, feels about Ramsey talking all that noise and not really showing up to play.
DeAndre
Right?
Hopkins, man,
Oh,
Just-
abused him.
owned him. And, Tyreek Hill did too.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
talked all that junk about, he's a Pro Bowler. He made it, on special teams.
There you go. When you look at common opponents between the Patriots and the freaking Chiefs, the Chiefs manhandled the Jaguars and the Patriots lost to them.
Still doesn't make the Chiefs head and shoulders better than the Patriots.
Sure it does.
The Chiefs are head and shoulders better than a lot of teams. Patriots not one of them. You said
But,
you're not sold on the Rams? Why not?
I don't know, man. There's always that team in the NFL. Like, I think last year was the Jaguars, right? They looked good. The defense looked great. Obviously, they don't have the offense that the Rams have. But I don't know, man. It always happens to a team that has a 14-2 record, 15-1, or that is playing lights out like this,
Yeah.
and they end up just falling flat on their face.
I would agree with you, except for the fact that, I think they were that team last year. They were the surprise 11-5 team, and then in the playoffs they kind of fizzled. But this year, they've got that experience under their belt, and I think they're for real. And they're good on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they are.
So,
They're good.
and and who's going to challenge them in the NFC?
The Vikings?
The Vikings got to straighten some stuff out. The Saints really are the only true.
Yeah.
Well,
The Saints
the
are
Saints
good.
the Saints are good, but I'd take the Rams.
Would you?
Yeah. And then you've got who else?
I don't know.
Carolina looks good. Philly, if they can get their act together.
That was hard. They're beating the bad teams, and they're losing to the good teams.
Yeah.
And they're blowing leads against a good team too.
I saw a stat going into this week, so not counting this week's game. They had the most favorable opponent record.
Who?
The Eagles.
The Eagles?
Of the teams they had, the records of the teams they played was the lowest for anyone in the NFL. 12-22.
Well,
And yet they were only 3-3. Yikes.
3-3 or 3-4?
Now they're 3-4 because they
Oh
lost.
right. Okay, you're saying before that.
Before that, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
that
don't-
something?
Yeah. Did you see the? What do you think Amari Cooper's worth if you were to trade for him?
Not a first rounder.
They got hosed. The Cowboys got hosed. By the way, you've been spot on the freaking Cowboys. I mean, they're on pace for 8-8, and they're alternating wins and losses. It's funny.
They took that Jaguars defense and hung 40 on them. They ran them up and down the field. Ezekiel Elliott got 6 carries yesterday. What are they doing? What is Jason Garrett doing? I do not like complaining about coaching because I feel like the players are the ones that play the game. The coach, I know the coach does a lot, but the players play the game. Football, probably more than in any other sport, is where the coach really has an influence because of the play calling. Good grief. What was Jason Garrett doing at the end of that game yesterday? He's got 1 timeout and 28 seconds. He throws a little dink pass over the middle. And instead of spiking the ball, he gets the first down. Instead of spiking the ball and taking a shot at the end zone, with 1 timeout in his pocket, he runs a little running play, one of Ezekiel Elliott's 6 carries. He runs it up the middle to get 3 yards closer and then calls a timeout so that he can kick it at the buzzer in a game that he's down by 3. Take a shot at the end zone, for crying out loud. Play to win the game. You play to win the game. Apparently, Herm Edwards did not make a phone call to the Cowboys sideline yesterday. What was Jason Garrett doing?
He's old. Because
He's not.
No. Seriously, he's old school minded. Because all these other young coaches, like Mike Vrabel yesterday, and I think other coaches like Sean McVay, I think they would take chances to win the game. Even look at what's his name? The guy from the Packers. What's his name?
McCarthy.
He was trying to win the game.
Look at Sean Payton yesterday, going for it on 4th down like 3 times in one drive.
And on the very first drive of the game.
He meant business. I just don't understand. I don't agree with Mike Vrabel because that's a win or lose situation. This one, you have a tie or win situation, right? Because you're going to kick a field. You have confidence in this kicker to kick the field goal, obviously. So it's a tie or win. Vrabel, it's a win or loss. So I don't agree with Vrabel. And the other thing about Vrabel is when he does that, if I'm on the team, it makes me feel like my coach thinks the other team is better. We got to win this right now or else. That's kind of the feeling I get. With Jason Garrett, that's not the case. He's got the tie in the bag, so to speak.
Right, in the back pocket.
Take one shot at the end zone.
Yeah.
Or take one shot to get a heck of a lot closer and make it a chip shot. But to run a little bullshit running play to get 2 more yards.
And I think this is, here's the difference between Dak Prescott. It's a big difference, but I'm just saying Prescott and Aaron Rodgers. If you saw Aaron Rodgers on Monday night against San Fran,
yes.
He was telling McCarthy one more.
Yes.
He got his kicker Crosby as close as he could.
Exactly.
Right? And I think that's the difference in the play calling.
But I don't believe that difference is between Aaron Rodgers and Dak Prescott. I believe that difference is between McCarthy and Garrett.
Yeah.
Because Garrett, look, at the end of the Aaron Rodgers probably, obviously has a lot more say-so than Dak Prescott in the offense.
Yeah.
But that to me is Jason Garrett's responsibility to say, let's go.
Yeah.
And it just, and look, and this is why the Cowboys are going to be an 8-8 team, and they're going to alternate wins. And next week we're going to talk about how great they are again.
Wow.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Look. I couldn't believe Jason Garrett yesterday. I caught that game by accident. I was doing a bunch of stuff, and then all of a sudden happened to sit down and watch the last 5 minutes of the 4th quarter. And I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that they wouldn't take one more shot to get closer. Like a 47-yarder is a foregone conclusion. What?
And then the cherry on the top, the penalty.
Yeah, to make it 52 instead of 47.
Because the ball moved or whatever. I don't even know. I don't even care about it. That's such a dumb penalty. It really is.
Yeah, it is. And look,
I don't understand it. I don't understand 90% of the penalties.
Here's my look. The Cowboy fans are going nuts about the penalty. Like I'm going nuts about Jason Garrett. But the call is right. He did do it.
Yeah.
He did it.
If you're playing by the rules.
Right. But they never call it. Right? But did he do it? Absolutely he did it. And so it's like traveling in the NBA. When they call it travel, everyone loses their mind because everyone's traveling. But by the letter of the rules, he traveled. Yeah. And in this case, by the letter of the rules, it's a false start.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with them calling it. And quite frankly, if Jason Garrett had run one more play and gotten him 10 yards closer, it wouldn't have made a difference because that thing sliced off in like the last 2 yards to hit the goal.
Yeah, it was going in.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Amazing.
What a year it's been for kickers. I mean, we've seen some...
Did you see the Tampa Bay-Cleveland game?
No.
Tampa Bay kicker misses a kick at regulation and then hits a 59-yarder in overtime to win.
Damn. And then Tucker, who's gone 222 straight.
Oh, no. It wasn't 222.
So 122.
No. It was like...
Yeah.
No. It was like 8,416.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of extra points.
He was kicking 40-yarders when he was like coming out of his mother's womb.
He came out feet first.
Yeah, he came out feet first. Kicked the doctor right through the uprights. I couldn't believe that. And of course, I mean, I'm sure the announcers have done it before, but this announcer said it right before he kicked it.
Should the announcers be prohibited from saying this before a kick?
Not if you're a New Orleans fan.
True.
It's a shame, too, because that was a good game. I would have liked to see overtime.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I am rooting for numerous ties. The overtime thing is ridiculous this year. We almost had... We had one. We almost had two more.
Well, the Browns have almost had them all.
The Browns are looking to play 22 games this year, not 16.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't want to see ties. Screw that. I don't want to see ties. It's just boring. It's boring.
I want to see it. I want to see it because I want the NFL to explain to me why a 10-6 team gets into a playoffs over a 10-3-3 team. Because to me, the 10-3-3 team is better than the 10-6 team.
They won't know how. They don't know how to explain a freaking penalty. They're not gonna know how to explain that.
They still haven't finalized that whole catch thing. I'll tell you who's a good follow on Twitter.
Who's that?
Des Bryant.
Oh, man.
Because A, he's trolling the Cowboys. So he's watching the Cowboy games. You can tell the guy's dying to get back out on the field. I kind of feel bad for him, but
I don't.
Some of it's pretty funny. And he keeps going on and on about the catch rule. And at the end of every tweet, when he makes a comment, he goes, by the way, mine was a catch. The NFL said so.
He can't live that down.
No, well, it's one of those things.
Well, right? I'm glad he can. Good for him.
It's interesting. What else in the NFL yesterday?
That's about it. I mean, there wasn't really anything.
Your sleeper pick of the Bengals is headed down. Now, speaking of the Bengals,
they're looking like the Bengals now.
What do you think about only $112,000 worth of fines for Burfict, but no game suspension?
For
all of those hits in the Pittsburgh games. He had like 3 of them. Damn,
he racked up that much in just the Pittsburgh game?
Yeah, that's from the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to suspend him.
I don't understand.
Suspend him one game.
I don't understand how he can have multiple infractions worthy of a fine that doesn't amount to a game suspension.
Now, that's a dirty player.
Oh, yeah.
That is a dirty player. There's no other way to slice that pie. I mean,
well, his hit count of dirty plays is in the 20s, right? Yeah. It's not like Manny Machado. Manny Machado's is like at 5 or something. So
yeah, I don't understand how they don't. What does he have to do to
apparently he's got to spit on somebody or punch someone in the face.
Jeez.
I mean, quite frankly.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Saying that guy shouldn't even be in the NFL is going too far, but I am almost to the point where I think he shouldn't be in the NFL. I mean, he's knocking guys silly. I mean, Antonio Brown was knocked silly last week.
Yeah.
And it's just not, look, this is not the... I don't understand how you can have roughing the passer calls for guys that, hit right above the knees with their arm as they're going by, but this guy can keep playing. I mean, what?
I don't understand.
I don't understand it. So he didn't cost his team anything.
Wasn't there a play in college or the NFL this past weekend where you had the quarterback slide, right? And then you had the defender dive in with his helmet and he hit the quarterback with helmet to helmet, but they didn't call the penalty. And the reasoning from the referee was that it was legal because he was making a play. The defender was making a play.
Well, I think the rules are a little bit different once the quarterback leaves the pocket.
Right, but at that point when he's sliding, he's giving himself up.
I tell you what, man, I wouldn't want to play defense. Today's NFL, it's too hard, and the quarterbacks are taking advantage of it.
I would.
Obviously, not just in the pocket, but you can tell guys are afraid to hit the quarterbacks when they're running, and so they're sliding as late as possible, picking up a yard or two, in some cases a first down, and if not, picking up 15 yards for getting hit.
They were talking about that on last Sunday night's game between the Chiefs and the Patriots, where the Chiefs hung in there and put up a lot of points on the Patriots. That's not the point though. And where they
lost that game though, right?
Yeah,
that was the game.
That's not what's important. What's important is what I'm about to say.
Oh, my bad.
Did you see the play where Brady ran it in for the touchdown and the defender, the linebacker or the lineman was about to, and he said he was scared to hit him because
I'd be especially afraid to hit Brady.
Oh, but you breathe on him.
Now Cam Newton, you can get a shotgun and shoot Cam Newton and not get a penalty.
I'll tell you what they do to that guy is unfair. And I'm talking about what the NFL does.
I agree.
Because they let a lot of BS happen to Cam Newton.
And
he's been taking hits for years.
Yeah. But, I mean, Tom Brady, I would personally, I wouldn't tackle Tom Brady.
No.
I wouldn't tackle Aaron Rodgers either.
That's crazy.
Now, Ben Roethlisberger, Cam Newton?
Right, because he's shown that he can take a hit. So
right.
It's okay to tackle him and hit him.
Eli Manning, not touching him. But then again, he goes down on his own.
Well, yeah. And the freaking offensive line just lets it happen.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, if the offensive line doesn't care about the freaking quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, with so many guys getting to the quarterback, all you got to do is give him a good shove. And
oh, my God, we're in the red zone. Holy cow. That's
Giants
awesome.
are in the red
interception
zone?
right here.
Stop it. You got anything else?
Nah, man. You ready to roll into the shutouts?
Let's wrap this puppy up.
The shutouts? I know you're tired from bullpen, and you literally threw like 10 pitches, bro.
Dude, I do it all the time.
All right, let's see. My shout-out goes to Jokic, the center from Denver. He put up a crazy stat line that was only done twice before, both times by Wilt Chamberlain. He put up 35 points, 11 for 11 field goals, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and 0 turnovers.
Wow.
A perfect triple-double.
Wow.
I think that's pretty impressive.
That is
especially
a heck of an evening. Did he punch anyone?
He did not, but he was talking to some of his guys, and it looked like he spit on them.
Ooh.
But I think they were...
That's like a quadruple double.
Since they were teammates...
They let it go.
It's all good. What's impressive is he had 0 turnovers.
That is impressive.
Right?
That is very impressive.
That's my shout-out. Nikola Jokic.
I like it. I like his name, too.
The Joker.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. My shout-out goes to Drew Brees. 2 weeks in a row, 2 milestones. Last week, he broke the record for passing yards, passing Peyton Manning. He's thrown for 75,000 yards or some ridiculous number like that. It's like 25 miles of passing yards. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. And then this weekend he threw a touchdown pass. Touchdown pass number 500. I mean, think about it. If you throw 40 touchdowns in one season, that's a monster season, right?
Yeah. Shit, you got to do that
12 times to get to 500.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just incredible. His longevity is very impressive at this point. And I don't think he gets the respect he is due. He's starting to get it a little more now as he's breaking these records, and obviously only one Super Bowl and not a whole lot of Super Bowl appearances. In fact, only one Super Bowl appearance. So maybe that's why he doesn't quite get it. But as prolific a passer as we have ever seen and probably will ever see. So my shout out goes to Drew Brees. And on top of that, he's a really good dude. I mean, jeez. And he's a good dude, right? I mean,
he's one of the good guys.
He is one of the good guys. So it's really good to see him achieve all these milestones.
I feel like sometimes he doesn't get the props because I kind of see him as a late bloomer, and he came up when Manning and Brady were like at the top of their game, pretty much, which sucks because he's still playing and putting up these great numbers.
The funny thing is
and I don't care.
He wasn't supposed to be the starting quarterback in San Diego, and yet he was.
Right, because he was so small.
Right, so small, which I don't think he's that small. And then
for a quarterback,
they actually went out of their way to trade for Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Right? They drafted Eli. Eli didn't want to play, so they actually went out of the way to trade for Phillip Rivers and basically had this asset, traded him away to New Orleans, and he's really made himself into a Hall of Famer.
Easy.
But I mean, he was good in San Diego, too.
Yeah.
He just never was, in San Diego, he was running into Brady and Manning. In New Orleans, he never had a defense to help him out, so they didn't go real far except for that 1 year.
Also, an offensive-minded guru like Sean Payton helps a little bit.
Yeah.
But they complement each other.
Yeah, no, and I mean, just amazing the path that he has taken. To being one of the greatest quarterbacks ever.
Agreed.
And that is that episode
43. Ooh,
is
I got
43?
one. I got one. It's the best one.
I got one too. And I'm gonna be so pissed if it's the same one.
The Head and Shoulders guy?
No.
Sweet.
Who you got?
I got Troy Polamalu.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Mine is a little bit older because I'm a little bit older. Dennis Eckersley.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who this past week we celebrated the 30-year anniversary of that meatball he threw to Kirk Gibson.
That's right.
In the World Series. So episode 43 in the books. 43. The Dennis Eckersley episode, the Troy Polamalu episode. Dad's gonna be happy you picked a Steeler.
I seen a clip on real quick. I seen a clip on Twitter of all of Palomalu's plays jumping at the line of scrimmage.
That was amazing.
Dude, that's like a 1 minute clip.
He did it over and over again.
He was so good at it.
Yeah.
His timing was impeccable. Quit copying me, dude.
Whoa, that's crazy. Maybe we've been doing this podcast a little too long.
Damn, I still can't get this head straight. Good thing the show's
telling
over.
You, it's on too tight. And with that, we've come to the end of another awesome episode of the Positive Sports Podcast.
Where can they reach us?
If you want to reach the show, you can do so via email at positivesports10@gmail.com. Positivesports10@gmail.com. If they want to get a hold of you, my brother, how do they do that?
Don't be a leader. Be a follower on Twitter at Brooklyn Gaucho. And I don't know one person on earth that doesn't like a giveaway. So I'm going to post it again on Twitter. All you have to do is like and retweet. Okay? And it's not much, but it's a giveaway. Okay? Free. Fanatics.com. You like hats, you like jerseys, Christmas time is coming. You can do your shopping. Get a certain percentage.
Hats.
Yeah, you can't win though.
But
you can like and retweet.
I'm gonna like and retweet.
I'll give you mine. I'll give you mine after the show. I'll sign it for you and everything.
I don't want your hat.
So just tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, just look for the tweet. And all you have to do is like and retweet. And that's it.
Cool. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at Twitter as well, at eMontana21. As always, folks, ignore the negativity. Be the positivity.
Peace.